A happy evening for the fans of KKR. Joy can't stop smiling. The guys in the control room above are really happy because KKR have managed to beat CSK. But of course, the other teams that are on that points table, they must be feeling like the tournament is not that open anymore. Yeah, they must be feeling that way, you know.
Yeah, also I'm smiling because I love cricket, and KKR winning means the table is even more open. No. Yeah. It's for the love of the game. It's not just because KKR.
It's not just KKR.
And
it is only KKR.
And to see a young man get his chance and grab it with both hands. What a fantastic sight, Shubman.
Absolutely. I think we've been talking about it. Everyone
from day one. I think everybody's been talking about him.
The kid has got talent, but today I think he made use of that opportunity which was up for grabs. I think, and this is what is truly going to define his IPL season, I think, So now KKR suddenly will be looking at Shubman Gill and saying that, okay, fine, we can put some responsibility on this guy. I think you will see Dinesh Karthik shifting his role to a finisher's role and will give more responsibility to Shubman Gill, even if Nitish Rana is back in the side, and that will give enough freedom for the likes of Robin Uthappa also to really play freely up the order, because you have that strong middle order now. You have someone like Shubman Gill, you have Nitish Rana coming back in the side as soon as he is fit, and Dinesh Karthik has been fantastic. I think he just seems to like starting to enjoy this responsibility, which has been
finishing games.
Yeah,
3 out of 4 games that
the side. Yeah, I think
won.
They won 5 out of which 4
they were chasing, and he's been around. Yeah,
of the 4, 3 he was there at the end. Yeah, and even the 4th he was there. He got out say 6-7 balls before the target was almost done. Yeah, so he has, that's been their secret. Narayan up front scoring runs, this guy finishing out here. So that's the secret. But now what happens is, if Shubman comes in there, look at Narayan, every time they've had a successful run chase, he just made sure that the run rate early is high. And then what happens is there's less pressure on the batsman to sort of keep increasing the run rate. And the way he makes it easier for them. So.
And also every time he scores more than 25 runs, they seem to win. I don't know if that stat has anything to do with KKR's performance.
Well, I think from that point of view, today CSK will be thinking that those how expensive were those dropped catches. I think you talk about the start, first 6 overs, KKR needed those many runs on the board, and it was possible only because of Sunil Narayan. I think had those catches been taken, not 1, 2, not from anyone, but someone like Ravindra Jadeja, who sets such high standards on the field. So I think that's the way game goes. I think it was those dropped catches didn't really let CSK bring that energy on the field, and somehow that energy which we are used to seeing from CSK on the field was not really builded because I think they were somewhere let down by their fielding for sure in today's match.
Also, somehow I felt they just couldn't put pressure. The bowling looked toothless for some reason. The other day was inexplicable. The 15th over, when really that's when Shubman Gill got going, 3 sixes. And with to give a young bowler like Asif, then you have Bravo, who just bowled 1 bowler over at that time. You have Bravo, you have a lot of bowlers left. This bowler, bring him on in the 15th. They attacked him. They got 19-20, the game was over.
See, that's a concern which MS was very vocal about right at the beginning of the game. At the toss he did mention that death overs is something which as a unit they need to figure it out. He spoke about bluffing the batsman, or in a way he was trying to say that you guys, the bowlers, are not sticking to the plan. So that's something which was evident. So he's still looking to find those options, and tonight I think he didn't want to put that responsibility on youngsters' shoulder. So 15th over was, in that sense, was a right call, because you still have Ngidi, you have Bravo to finish the innings. Karan Sharma also, I think, came very late. Yeah. So that's something which he's giving that kind of confidence to Ravindra Jadeja. In past few games, if you see, MS has been making sure that Jadeja is getting enough game time in terms of ball in hand. So that's something which maybe is a bit of a long-term thinking from MS's side, is what I feel.
Does Jadeja look? The ball turned. He was getting turned, but he just, it didn't look like Harbhajan, whatever was on spot,
Yeah.
But Jadeja just didn't look.
Of the bowler today.
Yeah, he was the pick of the bowler. But Jadeja, did he look the part today to you?
Not really, I think, and he's someone who needs that bit of a help from the wicket, and today having dropped few catches, that doesn't really help your confidence as well. As a cricketer, you need to just snap out of that zone and just focus on what is coming next, I think, and that's something which may have hampered. But Jadeja bowling 4 overs is going to be key for CSK, which MS understands very well, I think, and he's just making sure that his confidence comes back. So he's making sure that he's giving him 4 overs, and that's something which I strongly feel, I think, it's a long-term vision of the captain himself.
I think it's about investing in the future, and I think even KKR has done something similar with 2 young players, Mavi and Shubman Gill, and both of them have now started firing. That must be good news to the KKR camp.
Not just good news in the long term, because what happens is, if you have young players firing, the plus point is that 3 years later there will be another auction.
Yeah.
Now, if your young players are now 19, 20, 21, this age, okay, at 22, 23, they'll be hitting their peak. So you have a situation to retain 3-year young talents. Whereas CSK, 3 years later, Dhoni may be 39, Raidu may be 37, 38.
Yeah.
So they'll be looking at themselves and saying, who are the players that we want to hold back to retain? So that's a long-term
Unless, of course, IPL changes its name to Indian Pensioners League. Then I think CSK has a good team.
But knowing Dhoni, you make him 39 pensioner, he'll just come and score another 40 of, whoever else led the team down today. It wasn't Mahendra Singh.
There'll be enough ready products in the market by then, in the market of IPL, where you see, all the young players flourishing every season, I think, and this season, I think, has been remarkable season with regard to just seeing talent. I think, there is so much of young talent which is gaining confidence, and just playing fearless cricket. I think, Prithvi Shaw is also one of them. You've seen some young bowlers, and there are few in many squads, who are waiting for the opportunity to flourish and do well at this platform, because the IPL has been a platform which has been used by many cricketers, to just kind of use the opportunity, showcase the talent
for them to jump up.
And it's actually a fast ticket to play for India.
Also, there was this one shot of the day. I mean, every day we talk about these sixes, everyone's hitting it out of the ground.
Yeah.
And Shubman Gill went on the front foot and he went just defensive push, and it went through cover. It was the most beautiful shot you've seen. Tall, straight back, that kind of shot. And you see, this guy's not just the IPL, this guy's going to play a long time for India as well.
Yeah, do you think that this man is certainly one of the biggest prospects Indian cricket has at the moment?
Well, there are many. I think he's certainly one of them for sure. Like I mentioned, few names. There are many like that. Who are waiting for this kind of opportunity. But I think if you look at Indian teams' bench strength and the way infra of cricket in our country is developing, I think it's showing great signs. For future. I think future of Indian cricket is certainly going to be very bright.
Do you have any pointers on?
No. I'm amazed at the kind of thing. Today there was just this article on, I think by Mark Waugh, who's talking about Tendulkar and Prithvi Shaw.
I read it too.
But it's early to compare. The very fact that he's actually seeing some similarity should be good enough for Prithvi Shaw. I mean, you should. I mean, I believe that don't please compare it. So many people in India have died trying to be the next Tendulkar, because there is only one Tendulkar.
You be yourself.
Be the next Prithvi Shaw in your Prithvi Shaw. Don't be trying to be next Tendulkar.
But this whole change in the batting order and what Dinesh Karthik has been doing in the end, do you think KKR now have a set plan more or less?
They seem to have a set plan. See, this may get derailed when you go outside, and they depend on some very critical components. But what they'll feel very happy about is Nitish Rana injured. Chris Lynn didn't contribute. Andre Russell didn't contribute, and they made it across the
And they still won.
And so easily. I think they made this chase look very easy. I think which we were not expecting for sure. And sending Rinku Singh also at that stage to create that left and right combination was a good strategic move, I felt.
Alright, let's just take a look at what this has done to the points table. I'm sure everybody from every part of India wants to know what is happening to their team. I'll let the experts take over.
No,
pehle aap. We'll start with you. Come on.
So I think what this means is that KKR now has a little bit of a cushion because they have a couple of very difficult games coming up. They've got to play Mumbai, they've got to play SRH, they've got to play Kings 11. So they've got a bit of a cushion. Even if they lose one, they'll say, okay, we can afford to take one defeat and still keep going. And they've sort of top of the table, they're there. It will really make tomorrow's game very interesting because see, if Kings 11 wins tomorrow, then they are also up there. In the 6-win kind of category. See, what you're looking at now, you should look at the losses. And it's the 4 losses of KKR which is more worrying because the top 3 teams have actually lost only 2 matches yet. So tomorrow is going to be crucial in that sense, but the other teams will be worried because that's taking away the only spot that seemed to be open in that roster. Because you have CSK, definitely even with this loss looking good. You have SRH looking good. You have Kings 11 still looking good. So the only slot was the KKR slot. The more KKR puts on it, the other teams are going to panic at the back.
The table is consolidating at the top, which is not a great news for the teams which are in the second half of the table, which will put more pressure on them now because suddenly now you start looking at the table and you say, okay, now Kings 11 is also on 10 points, KKR is also on 10 points, and the gap between the next team is 4 points, which is 2 matches. So you got to win 2 matches to see some shift in the table, and so far in the tournament we've been seeing this shift very, very often. Like, if you win one match, suddenly you rise to the top of the table, which you've seen with RCB also. RCB was lying really low on the points table,
and they moved up
one win and they've moved up. But now with today's match, KKR winning is consolidating the table at the top. So which means that if Kings 11 wins tomorrow against Mumbai, it's going to be very difficult for other teams to catch up because they will also be on 12 points, and every match then brings the pressure, and the teams will be playing the second half team will be playing amongst themselves, which is going to be making it even more tough to climb up the ladder.
So you could have a situation if tomorrow Mumbai lose. You could have a situation where first week of May, 2 teams go out of the IPL.
You already know who's going out.
Yeah, and then two teams could go out and leaving just 5 or 6 in contention. That too with mathematical. So that's a big danger. I would like to see it stay as early as possible, as late as possible. Because teams, that's what really gives the excitement to the
unless the top half of the table, few teams start losing 3 matches in a row. I think 2 matches or 3 matches, then suddenly the doubt which we are talking about will come into play, and then things start to go the other way around, and the pressure really plays. So I think second half of IPL, it's always about the team handling the pressure well.
Alright, so since we've been talking about tomorrow's game, let's just go right into it. They're moving indoor to indoor,
Indoor
Kings
stadium.
11 Punjab versus Mumbai Indians, and Mumbai Indians would like to be indoor in this tournament as well. But Kings 11 Punjab are coming back after a week. They've had a good break. Some of them were in Goa, great Instagram stories, eating food, sitting by the beach. Chris Gayle was in Kerala with his family. These little breaks would do a world of a difference.
I think it works both ways as far as I'm concerned. The break can go both ways. You come back, suddenly that team has lost that drive, energy. Sometimes they're rejuvenated. You never know with breaks. I've seen it over seasons. Some seasons you really come back from break. See, the only definite positive of break is it gives tired muscles, and especially people like Gayle and all who are big guys, big units, aging units, it gives them rest. Fast bowlers love breaks. But often teams lose their way in a break. They just come back and then mentally not that that switch, which is the tuning which was there. Teams are very finely tuned things. That tuning sometimes goes off, and they'll worry about that. The first match after that is very important because suddenly you might, and maybe in all this time, Aaron Finch might suddenly discover his form because शादी के बाद तो बहुत दिन हो गया. Now suddenly might be by this time.
Maybe of all the people, the break will certainly help him because he's been having a tough IPL so far. No, he's been having a tough IPL so far. I think, and this kind of break will just help him kind of get away from all that negativity, figure things out, and then come back fresh. Now the important thing is what Kings 11 does about the playing 11. So after this break, he should be part of the the playing 11. Otherwise, you might see a replacement of Aaron Finch in playing 11.
We'll actually go ahead and
Miller probably.
We'll actually take a look at that playing 11. This is the team against Sunrisers Hyderabad. Do you think they'll go with the same team?
I somehow feel
Miller might come back. I think for Aaron Finch is what.
Miller for Finch. See, they have to give Tiwari a couple more games because they just bought him for Yuvraj. They have to give him a couple more games. Mind you, here the person who really want to bat is a Virendra Sehwag will say, "Mujhe bat karne do." Because I think this is the pitch.
I don't think anybody would mind that
One thing for sure, tomorrow's game is going to be a very high-scoring game. It's a great wicket to bat on, and the ground is not that big, so you'll see flurry of sixes. I think from both the sides.
So as I said, Sehwag scored 200 in an ODI match in this ground. So he must be telling his batsman, "Tum baith jao, main hi khel."
मैं अकेले जाके खेल के आता हूँ. All right, let's just take a look at the Mumbai Indians 11 as well. They obviously have quite a task. They're playing against Kings 11 Punjab tomorrow, but this was their 11 in the last game against RCB. Any changes to this one?
Evan Lewis, if he's fit, will definitely come back. You know, they said that he's taken an injection, he's better. If he comes back, I seriously, given what happened last time, I don't see Kieran Pollard making the 11. But again, you never know with Mumbai. He's a talisman. They might just feel that, ghumna hai, to maybe he's the guy. But I seriously don't see how he's going to make the 11 under the current circumstances, really.
Do you think Mustafizur will make a comeback?
That will be the call which they will be debating. I think whether you want to go with batting strong side on Indore wicket, or you want to go bowling heavy. I think looking at the wicket, it's not going to be easy day for bowlers. So from that point of view, I think they should go lean towards getting Mustafizur in for sure. Even if that means you have to sacrifice Ben Cutting, that's okay. If Evan Lewis is fit, then he becomes a straight replacement for Pollard. But I think on good batting tracks, I feel that the differentiator becomes how good are your bowlers. And I think when you have likes of Mustafizur and Bumrah to bowl in the death overs, that gives you that differentiating factor which can have that defining effect on the match. I think because T20 format, you've seen the margins are small, so on a high scoring match, if you have X factor, then you can create an impact.
Also, on this side, on Kings 11 side, Sran for maybe Mohit Sharma, giving him another chance, looking at another fast bowler, because
I've been very impressed with Sran. I think they will continue with him is what my feeling is, because he's done well. I think yes, he's bowled that one no ball which didn't really help him a lot, but I think he's looking in good rhythm. He's bowling that heavy ball, and as I said, like on a wicket like Indore, which will have a lot to offer to batsmen. As a bowler, you need pace. If you have that pace, and if you can hit the deck hard, back of the length, like someone like Mitchell McClenaghan, Sran falls under that kind of a category, which he'll look to hit the deck hard, and has that good back of the hand slow one as well. So I think in terms of changes, I don't see many changes as far as Kings 11 is concerned. The only change which I foresee is maybe Aaron Finch making way for Miller. And with Mumbai, there might be a couple of changes.
And I see another change. Mumbai Indians would like to change their fortunes. So they'd like to win. Okay, we asked you a question on Joy Factor. Let's bring that question up. We'll also tell you who the winner is and what the answer is.
Okay, so the question was best economy rate in the first IPL effectively for anyone who's bowled about 20 overs, because you can't count 1 or 2 overs. And the answer is amazingly Saurav Ganguly. His economy rate was 6.4. It was a ridiculous economy rate, and it was also caused because a lot of those grounds, small chases. KKR didn't make much, so the people weren't chasing very hard. But 6.4 for him, he would have looked at that and said, "Oh, all of you look at this."
I was thinking Murali Karthik actually. Yeah. That's why I was saying left arm. It has anything to do with left arm. Yeah.
Karthik, I think somewhere his figures were from somebody killed his figures. But this Jayasuriya, somebody just smashed him one day and his figures.
Interesting. Who is the winner? Let's take a look at the winner of this contest. Let's bring that up on our screen. The winner is Saurabh Srivastav. It had to go to a Saurabh.
It has to run from one Saurabh to another. He had to answer it.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
What happened to that miniature red table, by the way?
Look, I don't want to talk about this. We were all...
You got to figure it out with GK, and these days he's getting very possessive about his red tables.
Why has he taken
out of the studio?
What, there is not one, there are many red tables. Every time they're made, he takes them away. I don't even want to talk about it. This is a very sore topic with all of us.
Right.
There are red tables. There is a black market in red tables.
There is. Yes. There's something going on.
There is a serious black market in red tables, and we need to be careful.
All right. I know it's nearly 12 a.m. We need to leave right now, but none of us are going to go to sleep, gentlemen. The task tonight is to go and find the red table and for us to bring it back tomorrow at 7:30.
100%.
I hand over that responsibility to you. I nominate you to go and look for red table. See,
I'll take it. Chalo, done. I'll do it.
I have a simple management parlance which I follow. When in doubt, mumble. When in danger, delegate. Aapka kaam hai.
My idea has been brought back upon me, so I'm going to go look for the red tables. You go look for your bed and go to sleep. See us tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. again, only on Cricbuzz Live. Good night. Bye-bye.